Hello, and welcome to Carnivore Q A with Jenny Mitich. I'm Jenny Mitich. Nice to see you all. We haven't done a live stream in a minute. We had a lot going on. We were down in Florida, and we had some travel, and then we got back, and it was just super crazy busy. But for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be hanging out live on Tuesday nights at 5 p.m. Central. Good to see you. We're back home. It's nice to be back in my office and have a nice space for recording. I've been working on optimizing a few things, so that's super fun. If you're new here, Jenny is my name. I've been doing the carnivore diet for over 3 years now, and I create videos around like carnivore beginner education. I do a lot of N of 1 experiments, which just means I do an experiment on one person, myself, and see what happens. I also do recipes. I'm also the author of the book, Complete Carnivore, which is right now has a little bit of a discount on Amazon. I think like a 7% discount. So go pick, it's so bright. Go pick yourself up a copy. Yay. For myself, the reason I've stayed on carnivore is because I've seen profound shifts, positive improvements in my health. I've lost over almost 60 pounds now. I have seen just tremendous mental health improvements. I used to have anxiety and depression. I used to have medication for it. I no longer need those. I noticed around month 3 or 4 that I was just like, oh, I'm not having panic attacks anymore. What do you know? So that was unexpected. I came to carnivore to lose weight after a twin pregnancy. So I'd gained 70 pounds. I'm now 100 pounds less than I was the day I delivered my boys, Max and Harry, who are now 4 years old. You know, carnivore hasn't been all puppies and butterflies for me, though. I do have Hashimoto's thyroiditis that started in month 4 of carnivore. I do think it's related to something microbial, bacterial, or fungal. I just had some really fun testing done the other day. I'm working with another practitioner that really dives into parasites and, bacteria and toxic stuff, mold, all this stuff. So I got my report back, and there's some things that are messed up, which makes sense. But I just say that because carnivore isn't a magic bullet, okay? It's not going to solve every single problem in your life. But I will say that when I am strict carnivore, I operate at a much higher optimal baseline. My mental health stuff has not returned. And I have tried reincorporating carbohydrates. I tried last year several times. And every time I did, my blood sugar went through the roof, and I felt like crap. And I gained a bunch of weight. So I'm just not at the point where I can do that yet. I have some healing left to do. So that's my story. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments section where you're watching from, how it's going. And if you have any questions at all, that's what this time is for. This is a Carnivore Q&A. I am here to help you in any way that I can. I will say that I am not a medical professional, so I cannot give personal medical advice, but I can try to steer you in the right direction. And if I don't know the answer to your question, I will just say I don't know, because that's okay. It's okay not to know everything, right? So yeah, let me know in the chat where you are watching from and how everything is going, any big wins or any issues that you are running into. We had a solid hour to hang out today. I wanted to go over a few housekeeping things. We have so many events and cool conferences and things coming up. I've also been running some fun experiments, so I want to share a little bit of that with you. The very first thing that's coming up in 2 weeks, basically, is the Collaborative Science Conference in Vegas. This is Dave Feldman's conference, and I love Dave. He's a good friend of mine. We do a lot of collaborations together, and this is a fundraiser for his lean mass hyperresponder study, the second one. So I have gone since the very beginning. This is the 3rd year. I attended the 1st year. The 2nd year, I was a citizen science speaker. And this year, I've graduated to be a featured speaker. So I'm speaking for 30 minutes on sardine fasting. Should be interesting. The cool thing about this conference is there are ticket tiers. So you can attend for as low as $25 for the entire weekend. And it goes all the way up to $1,000 because it's a donation. So it's really whatever you can afford. So if you can make your way out to Vegas, or if you're in the area, please come and hang out with us. Gordon and I will be there. And I think Christy from Meeting Wellness is going to be there. And so many others, just so many amazing speakers at this conference. You will not regret it. It's, let's see, March 13th through the 15th. I believe I'm speaking on the morning of the 14th. So that's exciting. I need to start pulling together my speech. I kind of already know what I'm going to talk about, but I really need to polish it and make my slideshow and all that kind of stuff. The next big thing, if you're in the Chicagoland area, I am hosting a screening of the cholesterol code. And we're also doing a VIP dinner fundraiser for the Lean Mass Hyperresponder study. So the cholesterol code is a movie, a documentary that Dave Feldman has put together that is going to be coming out on a streaming service probably in, oh gosh, I don't know, April, May, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm hosting a screening in Schaumburg. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, come and watch it. There's 2 ticket tiers. So the first one is just going to the screening. It's at 7:30 p.m. at the streets of Woodfield in Schaumburg. The second option is doing the VIP meetup. So we will first eat dinner at, I think it's Texas Day Brazil, like 4 minutes from the theater, and then we'll all head over and do the screening. Lots of special guests. We have Carrie and Jen Mann. We have Adam Lacey, both from Healing Humanity. We have Barb, No Carb Barb, love her to death. And we are adding VIP guests every single week. So if you'd like to come, both of those are linked in the description. Limited tickets. Once they sell out, they sell out. I think right now we are up to, I think 63 sold. So if you want to come to the dinner, if you do that package, it's $150. Anything extra after the screening and the dinner goes directly to Citizen Science Foundation. You do not have to buy a separate screening ticket. I have covered those tickets. So come and eat dinner with us. It's going to be so much fun. April 13th. Next up, Meat Stock. Awesome conference. Lots of carnivore, keto, animal-based people there. You don't have to be full carnivore to go to it. It's awesome. There's something for everyone. And this year is just, oh my God, so many people are speaking. Like, I just don't understand how there's this many big names in one spot. I will obviously be there. It's from May 1st to the 3rd. If you're doing the retreat, it's from April 29th or 30th to the 4th. But we will all be there. And you should be there too. So that link is in the description to get your tickets. I know that there are still some conference tickets left. And there's, I think, also a few of the retreat tickets where you get to hang out with all the people at the speaker's cabin. And the speaker's cabin is like massive. So you'll definitely want to do that. There's also an online conference coming up in May. It's called the Keto Summit. I have a lecture going there. And yeah, it's going to be great. I'll have more details on that down the road. It's still pretty far away, but just kind of keep that in your back pocket. We have a Chicagoland meetup. Sorry, guys, there's so many things coming up. Chicagoland meetup on Saturday, June 6th. So what I want you to do is just mark it on your calendar. It's in Naperville, Illinois. This is the one that Karen Miles puts together. So go follow her on Instagram. It's so much fun. There's usually a hike and some pickleball, and then we all eat barbecue together, and it's a blast. So you're definitely going to want to attend that. And the final meetup that I know of right now is the Kiltz Chicagoland meetup. Dr. Kiltz is putting together a meetup on Saturday, July 25th. So that's going to be super fun. I think so far confirmed, obviously, is Dr. Kiltz, Chris Cooking Nashville, and his beautiful wife, Ash, are going to be there. Myself and my husband will be there. And I can't remember anybody else at this point. I think the Healing Humanity guys will be there too, Carrie and Adam. But there's going to be so many more people added as time goes on. I would imagine that Dr. Tony Hampton would be there just because he's in the Chicagoland area, but I guess that depends on scheduling. But yeah, we'll all be there. So much fun, so many things to mark on your calendar, and I will keep you abreast of everything going on. Okay, so I wanted to give you an update on my 21-day sardine fast I've been doing. Yay. I'm on day 20, and I'm super, super sick of sardines. Like, so sick of them. The hardest week was week 2. I was just having a real rough time. A real rough time. I felt fine, but I was just so sick of them. Now I've kind of gotten into a groove where I am eating 2 cans a day. My ketones are between 5 and as high as like 9. I actually don't know how high they go because my Keto Mojo and my SciBio continuous ketone monitor don't go higher than 8. That's fine. I think the Keto Mojo does. One time it said high, and I didn't get a reading. But so far, so good. So I did blood work and DEXA scans before I got, started this whole thing on the 12th of February. And I'm getting blood work and DEXAs on Thursday. So I'll have lots of results for you, along with continuous glucose monitoring, Keto Mojo measurements, and my SciBio continuous ketone monitor. So all of that. It'll be really interesting. I've done a 14-day before. 21 was a lot. Got it done. I'm glad it's over. Almost over. Tomorrow's my last day. During this time, my husband, Goran, has been doing a water fast, his longest water fast ever. So day 21 for him is tomorrow, and we've been tracking his metrics as well. We also did blood work and DEXAs with him. So we will have a 21-day water fast video for him coming out sometime in April. So much fun. And let me tell you, we have 3 dinners on the 5th, 6th, and 7th planned. So we're going to eat some regular carnivore foods and be super happy about it. I've been looking at the menus from the restaurants we're going to. That's how much I'm sick of sardines. I chose this. I did this to myself. I can't complain, right? Okay, next thing. I'm also doing another test of something called a Pulsetto. This is a vagus nerve stimulator, and it goes on your neck. Let me show you. And apparently, it can help with stress and sleep, nerve system regulation, things like that. I've been doing it for, just like that. Fun. I've been doing it for, I think, 5 days straight now. You do it twice a day. I'm testing it for a minimum of 14. I'll probably test it for a few months, but so far, so good. It's very interesting. It feels very weird. You have to put some gel on your neck here for the electrodes, and then it feels very tingly and a little pinchy and strange. But I will say that my stress has been a bit lower. I've been feeling a little less stressed. And also my sleep has improved a bit. My deep sleep is always tragic because I don't get to bed early enough. And I'll tell you that I have been getting more deep sleep. I do, I measure everything. I have an 8 sleep pod. We have the Apple Health app. We have the Sleep Watch. So we have 3 different metrics for tracking your sleep. And all of them have been showing that my deep sleep is going up with the same bedtime, not like changing my bedtime at all. So interesting. I'll have results for you in a few weeks. Like I said, my book is on a slight discount on Amazon right now. So pick it up if you have not yet. We are going to be doing a book signing at Meatstock. And Courtney, Luna, and I will be sharing a table together. We're going to be doing one together. So bring your book to Meatstock, or we'll have a bunch there for you to purchase if you don't bring it with you. Okay, so everyone is telling me where they're watching from. Please put your questions into the chat because we're going to get to them right now, okay? Right now. So let's move over to our questions. Mary says, hello, everyone. And if you see that little symbol, that little circle thing next to her name, that means that she is a YouTube member. So she supports the testing and data gathering that I do. All these blood work, DEXA scans, and things cost money. And the members here on YouTube and on Patreon support that science. And I really appreciate it. It's very helpful. You can join. I have put links in the description for YouTube and for Patreon. And you get early access to my videos as long as I can get them, early enough. I just released tomorrow's video tonight on YouTube and on Patreon for the members, so you can get a sneak peek earlier than everybody else and a bunch of other benefits. So check it out. This is Robin. Hello. Yay, Jenny time. Good to see you. Even though I don't have a lot of questions, I do enjoy watching answers to questions. So much knowledge. Yeah, I think it's fun. I just kind of like, we have a great community here. So it's nice to be able to hang out and talk to everybody. So it's always good. Remember, if you do have a question, if you could put like a question mark in the front or like a QQQ, that would be really helpful. And please share where you're watching from and how everything's going for you. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling crappy? What's going on? Let us know. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. This time is for you. Lisa says, hello, everyone. Who's Your Carnivore? It's a great book. I have a signed copy from the Tampa meetup. Thanks, Jenny. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was such a fun meetup. That was the Kilts meetup, and we had a blast. There was a dinner at his house on Friday, and then a meetup at I think, 4 Point Sheraton on Saturday. We had a blast. It was great. All right, Isabel Goyer. Hello, everyone from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Hello. How are you doing? Hello from Kansas. Hello and welcome. Brian. Hello, Jenny and everyone. Hello from Olathe. Olathe. Yeah, last time you helped me with the pronunciation. I appreciate it. Breeze 5378. Hi, Jenny and chat. Lisa, Jenny froze. Well, I hope it wasn't in a terrible facial expression, because sometimes that happens and it's not good. Robin is saying not frozen for me. Jane is watching from Phoenix, Arizona. And Gracie is watching from the Czech Republic. Hello. Nice to see you. Tyler Duncan, northern Chicago suburbs here. Hello, my friend. You're in our area. So make sure you come to the cholesterol code meetup or the screening. And mark down the June 6th Chicagoland meetup. You'll want to come. Last year we had like over 75 people. I think this year it'll probably top 100. It's growing, so it'd be great to have you there. Okay, Southwestern Kansas Garden City. Hello, Brian. Good to know. Who's Your Carnivore is watching from Indiana. Pinky's also from Indiana. Hello, hello. And we have a lot of good conversations in our chat. Blue Diamond Bill, hello from Fort Worth, Texas. Hello, hello. Low Carb Spin, hi there. Hello. Good to see you. I hope you're coming to the Chicagoland meetup. You should definitely come to the April 13th cholesterol code showing. All links are in the description. All right, we've got a question. I've been carnivore for 2+ years, but I still have trouble with food noise and cravings. Any tips? Yes. And it's funny you ask, because I've been filming videos around this. So a few things. Number one, are you including anything that is sweetened, even artificially, like allulose, stevia, things like that? Are you drinking a lot of liquid calories? Liquid calories are not satiating. So, like fatty coffees, diet sodas, things like that. What else? Making sure that you're eating enough at every meal is really helpful. So if you have a lot of food noise between meals, I would say eat more at your meals. I would also wonder about your glucose levels. Do you wear a continuous glucose monitor or do any kind of testing? Because for me, just my own personal experience, when my glucose is less stable, like if I'm having a lot of peaks and valleys, I am hungrier. I have more food noise. For right now, while I'm doing this 21-day sardine fast, my glucose has been between 60 and 80. And like this, I'm actually wearing a Stello CGM, so it doesn't even register below 70. It's just like, oh, low. And it's just been stable. No spikes, no big spikes. And I will tell you, I have zero food noise. I just don't think about food until I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, I should eat. I feel it. So that's been really helpful. Cravings. I was just shooting a video on this. There are some foods that really help with cravings. Really fatty cuts of steak are very satiating. Burger patties with a lot of extra salt. Eggs that are cooked in a ton of fat, like butter or ghee, they're absolutely delicious. I mean, I personally like, oh, I can't wait. I think on Thursday morning, I'm going to probably eat like 6 eggs in butter, like maybe I don't know, 3 tablespoons of butter, and it shall be glorious. So that could be helpful as well. Does anybody out there in our chat have any suggestions for Who's Your Carnivore and cravings and food noise? We need to help them. Also, I'll be at Meatstock helping to cook for everyone. Awesome. I love it. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Robin, I got normal Meatstock USA tickets, not the cabin stuff, and that's totally fine. So you will be at all 3 days of the conference, and it's going to be fantastic. Love all the videos from Meatstock. Yeah, it was super fun. I filmed a vlog of Meatstock. I know Courtney did as well. And also we took a lot of short form. So I think I might actually shoot another vlog this year just because it was a blast. And then I actually did some carnivore questions, which I'll do again because that was just such a fun video. 3 videos. So I think I got 4 out of it. Sue Beverly, hello from Phoenix, Arizona. Robin, I love Karen. Yes, Karen Miles is amazing. I love her to death. She actually, I met her a couple of years ago and she said, oh, you have to come to the Chicagoland meetup. And that's the first time I really met her. She's a ball of energy and just a phenomenal person. So yes, if you ever get the chance to meet Karen Miles, do it. Do it. Hello from Saskatoon, Canada. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Do it. Like this video, guys. Share it out. Robin, that's why you're glowing. The sardines, perhaps. I also got microneedling done a week ago. So as you know, or maybe you don't, I'm obsessed with skincare treatments. I've been doing them for almost a decade. I'm going to be 42 on Friday. So I started when I was in my early 30s. And I get lots of things done often. So last week was microneedling, and my skin is looking fantastic. Though I will say that the low blood sugar regulation and, I should just say the glucose regulation, the high ketones, and the micronutrients and omegas in sardines are not hurting. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Jeff, hello from Columbia, South Carolina. Blue Diamond Bill, I just started a sardine fast yesterday. Went to Sprouts today to get a few 4 varieties. Nice. I love it. I went to World Market the other day. If you have one of those in your area, they have a ton of varieties. So a little bit on the higher end because they're international, but my very favorite is Nuri. They're Portuguese, the Nuri spiced sardines, the Mitich lemon. Those are from Spain. And what other ones do I absolutely love? I'm going to be doing some taste testing. So I've got so at World Market, they have a lot of sardine memorabilia and accessories and things. So they had a little tiny shopping bag that had sardines on it. So I just filled that whole bag with sardines, cans of sardines, and I'm gonna be trying those. It'll be fun. Brian, looking forward to the results of the fast. Me too. The cool thing, Brian, about these N of 1 experiments is, I go into them with a hypothesis. I think I know what's going to happen. And every single time I learn something or something in my results is not expected. And I love that because I learn something new every single time. So I did a 3-day sardine fast with my husband early in February. And then we both went into this 21-day, he a water, me a sardine. And we've just learned so much about ketones over the past 2 months. We thought we knew about ketones, but really about dialing it in and about if you need to do some healing, doing it on a bed of ketones. Props to Dr. Boz. She's amazing. She was on the Carnivore Cruise in November, Dr. Lisa's Carnivore Cruise. Was able to hang out with her a bit there. And she just did a speech at the Collaborative Science Conference, Symposium for Metabolic Health in January, and it was excellent. I've seen her speak many times, and she just gets better and better every time. Just got done reading her book, and I've just been doing some intense study on my own and through tracking my numbers. So it's been really interesting. I'm really curious to see what happens with the DEXA, because I've lost about 10 pounds, and I want to know if the bulk of it is fat, because ketones are muscle preserving. And I will tell you, I really haven't been eating much. I mean, 2 cans of sardines of these season. I'll do like one of these in a nuri. This has 20 grams of protein and the nuri has 25. So 45 grams of protein per day. Not much. But I have been strength training. I have been keeping up with my electrolytes, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Question, is the pulsetto tight around your neck? So this is the vagus nerve stimulator I was talking about earlier. And you know, it's not. So there's a few pillows that come with it. Here's one. This is the pillow that makes it small. And you can also extend it out like this. So there's arms for a large neck. So my husband doesn't use a pillow. He uses this and it sits, you know, right here. And then you can put the arms in. And these are cool because they're magnetic. There's these little kind of like raised bumps here and it just snaps right in, bloop, done. There's also a pillow that is like half this size for medium-sized necks. So you just kind of figure out what works best for you. But I've got a little neck, so this works for me. And I don't feel like it's tight. I don't like things around my neck. I'm kind of a weirdo. I don't like my neck being touched. It's just, it feels weird. This is fine. This is fine for me. So yes. Yes. Okay. Hello. Hello. I do sardines every week. Day 2 was hard this week. I can't imagine doing this for 21 days. If you haven't tried it, Anita Breeze's sardine dressing makes it much more doable. I need to check that out. I was watching some of Anita's stuff. Anita is a ketogenic woman, for anybody out there who does not know who Anita is. She's amazing. I love her to death. We've done several live streams together, and she was also doing a sardine fast. I think she did 5 days. I was watching some of her content. She was showing it, but I'm going to write that down. Sardine dressing. So this time around, I didn't really doctor them up. I didn't cook them. I didn't do any sauces. I pretty much used salty provisions, spices, and salts, and ate them straight out of the can. I went like real strict this time, just because I feel like I needed to do it. I'm glad I did. All right, Robin, gotta bring 3 books with me. Courtney's, yours, and Aaliyah's. Yes. Yes. Do it. There's going to be several book signings there. I think Sally Norton's going to do one. I don't know if anybody else's cookbook is going to be out at that time. I know Chris Cooking Nashville just finished his manuscript. I know Linda Salant, the Carnitarian, is working on hers. Pretty sure Anita is pretty much done writing hers too, but after that you have to go through editing, because we all have the same publisher, Victory Belt. After that you have to go through editing and, you know, final things like that. And then it's sent off to print. That normally takes 3 weeks to a month. And then it's sent out to distribution. That takes 3 weeks to a month. So I don't know if there's going to be any other people with cookbooks there. Maria will be there, Maria Emmerich. So if you have any Maria Emmerich books, I'm sure she would be happy to sign them too. She is a wonderful person and I love her to death. Okay. Ow, my leg. Okay. Question, Brian, your sardine fast, did it have anything else on the fast, like eggs? Not this time. When I did my 14-day sardine fast, that results video came out in February of 25, but I think I did the fast in like December or January. I can't remember now, of 24. I did include some recipes, and I felt like I didn't have as much success. I did like sardines breaded in pork rinds. I did eggs and sardines. I did an egg sardine salad, which is legit delicious. I did some sardine, like crab cakes, but sardines. And that's about it. But I feel like with all of the extra stuff, it just wasn't, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. My results weren't what I was looking for. So I went strict this time, real strict. Mary Hubbard, Southwest Virginia. Very nice. Lisa is watching from Commerce, Texas. Blue Diamond Bill, Jenny's Carnivore book is my favorite so far. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I put a lot of work into it. It's funny because I've had some people comment on videos or whatever saying, I got your book in the mail and holy smokes, it's thick. I thought it was just going to be something you threw together to make some money, but it's actually really good and detailed. And I was like, yeah, because I don't just, you know, do things for money. I really wanted to help people be able to improve their metabolic health and give them the best guide possible, along with some recipes. And let me tell you, anybody that's written a book will tell you you're not making millions of dollars writing a book, okay? You can make a little bit of money, but it's not a life changer unless you like do, tons of books on New York bestsellers list and all those kind of things. But yeah, it was a fun process. I'm glad that I did it. And actually, I'll let you guys know, I just signed another deal with Victory Belt to do a freestanding cookbook this time. So I am in the process of coming up with more recipes for you. And I'm hoping to get that done this year. We'll see what happens. Life comes up. But I think the next couple of books that I'll be writing will just be standard cookbooks. This book is not just a cookbook. This is 2 books in one. The first 200 pages, all of this is a complete in-depth guide to the carnivore diet, troubleshooting, monitoring your progress, myths, frequently asked questions, a full starter guide, tons of stuff. And then the second half is 80 carnivore recipes. So this is just a comprehensive, I imagined it as the reference guide for the carnivore diet. That's what I wanted it to be. The next few books are going to be cookbooks, just because I do feel like the longer you live this lifestyle, the more you need a little variety. For me, I'm boring, I'm good most of the time, but I also kind of wanted it to be a bridge for people coming from standard American over to carnivore. Like, how can I give them recipes that taste like something they would eat on a standard American diet, but that won't raise their blood sugar, that won't make their metabolic health decline? So that's kind of my mission for the next few years. And then from there, who knows? I've got some ideas for some other books, some autoimmune, some Hashimoto's, some mitochondrial stuff. And I'm also doing some schooling. So right now I'm in an nutritional therapy practitioner program, NTP. That's a year-long program, and then you'll be certified as a nutrition therapy practitioner. And then I'm contemplating going back to school for a medical degree. That one I would love to do because I'd love to have my own practice, but that's a large time commitment. And we travel a lot. So my husband wants to do perhaps a master's in engineering. So perhaps we'll do that around the same time. So we just have to be home to complete these things, but we'll see. Anyways, I went off on tangent. We don't need to do that much. All right, Carnivore Cyclist. Hello from Wales, UK. Hello. Hello, hello. Here I am checking in from Port Alberni, BC, Canada. Welcome. Good to see you. Who's your carnivore? I was the guy cooking the steaks at Dr. Kiltz's house, and you did an excellent job because those steaks were delightful and perfectly cooked. So thank you. Robin, I'm feeling amazing right now. My medication with my thyroid feels so good. Being loyal to it this time. The random stress tears have finally stopped. Still 160 pounds since August. Fantastic. I'm glad the new medication is working for you. Sometimes you just have to make little tweaks, I just got some thyroid blood work back and all of my numbers are optimized, but I am still tired. And then I just had the organic acids test done, and there's some things that are off. There's some toxic exposures and things. So that's why I'm still tired. So I'm still, going through it. We're going to figure it out though. I have an appointment with my doctor that I'm dealing with that with on Tuesday. And I'll let you guys all know. Okay. Hello from Joliet. Does your blood sugar drop when you're eating sardines? Mine goes down into the 50s, but I feel okay because of the ketones. Yeah. My blood sugar drops hard, but I feel fine because my ketones are so high. Let me take a look at what they are now. 73 right now. I don't know if you can see this. There's basically no graph on here because it's so low. So I'll tell you, this morning, my glucose when I did my Keto Mojo was 62. My ketones were 5.1, which is actually lower than it's been. And I'm wearing a CKM right now. So let me check what that is. All right. Right now I'm at 7. Oh, you can't see that. I'm at 7.8. No. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. You can't see it. I'm at 7.8 for my ketones. I feel fine. I'm in an extreme fat burning state. So we'll see. But yeah, that's normal. If you're only eating sardines, that's one of the benefits of it is the fast lowering and normalization of your blood glucose levels. People that are dealing with type 2 diabetes or type 1 or any kind of blood sugar related things, if they're on medication, you need to pay attention to this, because when your glucose normalizes, you're going to need less insulin, and you need to pay attention to that. So I always say work with a clinician. I am not a doctor, so I can't give you medical advice, but pay attention to that. It's something to pay attention to. Lala903, hello from Goodyear, Arizona. I reverted back to my old habits after 2 years carnivore, gained back half of what I lost, but I'm determined to get back at it. And that's okay. You know what? It happens to the best of us. Life comes up, right? Also, we're surrounded by all of these ultra-processed, hyper-palatable foods. They're literally designed to get you addicted. So let's forget about the past. Okay, you've gained half the weight back. Think of it this way. You've only gained half the weight back, not all of it. You can make progress. And I bet if you get back onto strict carnivore, it's going to fall right off of you again. So take it one day at a time. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm going to do this for a lifetime. Today, I'm choosing carnivore, and then do that the next day and the next day. And, then you'll string together a week, a month, a year, and you'll get there. You'll get there. But don't feel bad about it, because shame and guilt doesn't serve anybody. All it does is keep you in a hole. And you don't want that. Nobody wants that. All right. Camilla Anna, hello from Spain. I love Spain. One of my best friends is from Spain. We actually did the Camino de Santiago. One of my tattoos is from that trip. We biked it though. It was so much fun. Okay, Pinky, I did sardine challenge for 2 days. Planned on going longer, but I had severe cramps. I've been carnivore for 4 years and tried everything to lessen the cramps. Okay, I get some cramping sometimes too when I'm on a sardine fast. And I've tried a few different experiments. I've tried increasing my electrolytes. I've tried not doing electrolytes at all. I've tried drinking a lot of water. And there's really just no rhyme or reason to it. So what I've been doing is, let me get them. I do the raw, I'm doing the raw, I can't even see this, sorry, my lighting is terrible in here. My raw unflavored element electrolytes, 1 or 2 of these in water, especially if I'm going to the gym. I'll do like 40 ounces of water, 1 packet of those, and a scoop of creatine. And then I've also got their cans of, that, like the 12-ounce cans that have half the amount of electrolytes. But I've been doing that, and it's been pretty effective. But some people say take magnesium. You know what works for me? It's not technically carnivore, but I will do a teaspoon to tablespoon of yellow mustard, and that makes the cramp go away almost instantly. So you could try that as well. Retired Rick Carnivore 69. Hello from rainy Illinois. Hello. Welcome. It is a bit rainy. It's supposed to be in the 60s here in a couple of days, so I'm super excited about that. Okay. Why is my phone screen recording? Why? Okay. So, okay. Question. Doing Lion Diet Challenge this month. Beginning labs show A1C of 5.7. Been carnivore for 2 years. Will this come back down? Insulin 5.6, trig 66, HDL 84, HSCRP 2. Okay, so I had an A1C of 5.7 at one point. Sorry, there's a lot of rumbling in the background. And what I did to lower it was berberine. There's a theory out there that your red blood cells are living longer, so your A1C numbers can get skewed. Your fasting insulin is excellent. You want it to be between 2 and 6. Your trigs are excellent. You want that to be under 100. HDL, excellent, above 50. HSCRP is a little high. You want that to be a 1 or less. Have you been sick lately? That can affect that. Do you have any broken bones or injuries? That can affect that. But in general, 5.7, I personally wouldn't be super concerned about it. The HSCRP was more concerning to me. It's not terrible, but I would want that to come down. That is, that's what I would do. All right, Courtney, Kelly, and Bella, and yes, Jenny have little clips of the meat stock happenings. Yeah, I actually have clips, but I also have a full vlog video on my channel as well. Aaron, the carnivore-ish guy. Hello, good evening. Hope everyone is well. Buffalo, New York here. Amazing. If you're just joining us, tell us where you're watching from. how everything's going. If you have a question, put a question mark in front of it or a QQQ, and I'll pull it out. We are here for another 20 minutes. Answering questions. My favorite is cooking hard-boiled eggs with melted butter. Best breakfast. I have never tried that. I typically just eat hard-boiled eggs straight out of the fridge. Just eat them with salt. But I'll have to try that. I try that. This is a great tip. Do a fructosamine test. That's what Dr. Berry recommends. Yes, you could do that as well. That's another great kind of blood sugar related marker that will give you another data point along with your fasting glucose, fasting insulin, and the A1C. I've done that test once when my A1C was 5.7 and it was fine. So sometimes that just happens. Okay. Aaron the carnivore-ish guy. When I do a sardine fast, I find that around 60 hours in is when I really see my blood sugar drop and ketones go up. That's interesting. Let me look back at mine and see. So starting on the 12th, yeah, okay. So on the 12th, my average was 92. On the 13th, it was 85. On the 14th, it was 75. 15th, 82, 79, 64. So it seems like 5 days in, it really started to get down into the 60s, 64, 66. Yeah. And then it has remained on average in the 60s and low 70s since then. So yeah, I think that matches. It's kind of similar to what mine is. Okay. Robin, I've been doing regular carnivore and dairy for weeks now. I usually choose a mix between sardines and beef sea lion. I don't want to do lion if I don't have to. What is your opinion? I mean, I think you just do what works best for you and that you can stay consistent with. Like if you want to do a fast or a mono food diet, I mean, sea lion is awesome. Sardines and beef, great. So really, like, it's just what are your goals, you know? If you don't feel like doing lion, don't do it. I don't know that there would be a ton of benefit for you right now. I think regular carnivore seems to be serving you if you're feeling better and it's working well with your medication. So that is that. Okay, I'm 61 days carnivore today. My biggest challenge is that I have alpha-gal. I would love more carnivore seafood and chicken recipes. Yes, we have, my next cookbook is going to have a lot of seafood recipes and more chicken. I also think you should check out, if you have not yet, let me look her up. Her name is Emily Penton, I believe. She has alpha-gal, and she has been able to eat beef again because of, here we go, because of a treatment that she just had done. She's amazing. I love her to death. Her Instagram handle is Inner Clarity System, all one word. Inner Clarity System. Look her up. She has a lot of great information on alpha-gal as well. But yes, more carnivore seafood and chicken recipes coming your way for sure. All right, where can I find info? How much protein and fat I need to eat on the carnivore diet? I weigh 60 kilograms. Okay, so it depends on what your goals are. Macro splits are unique to each individual. If you're 62 kilograms, that is 136 pounds. How tall are you? What's your goal weight? What I like to do, what I start with is 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight as a minimum. And also it doesn't have to be like every single day. So for me, I want to weigh 130 pounds. So I aim for 130 grams of protein, but like on a sardine fast, I've been getting 40. It's not forever, but when I'm eating normal food, I get at least 100. Easy. I could get up to 200. If you're trying to put on muscle, you need to eat a lot more protein. You have to be consuming a lot of food to give your body what it needs to build muscle. If you're trying to lose fat, I mean, you can do both simultaneously, but there's just different levers. So it just depends on what you want to do. I think most people start at 70% fat to 30% protein. Even if you lower the fat a little bit, carnivore is still never a low-fat diet. It's really impossible to be. I think the lowest you could go is like 50% fat to 50% protein. But at that level, that's only for certain people that have certain issues. I think most people can settle between 60% fat to 40% protein, all the way up to like 85% fat to 15% protein. It just depends on what you're trying to do. So yes, that's a complex answer. Okay. I wanted to cry after 37 days after I was done with the Lion diet. I was so proud of Michaela that she could do Lion for as long as she's done it. Then she finally gets a reward from it. Yeah, I mean, she had to do it because of just severe health conditions. I believe now she's been able to start to reincorporate some things after like 5, 6, 7 years of not. I call that a win. Some people would be like, oh, well, she's quitting carnivore. No, she's able to eat different foods now. That's amazing. From before, when she couldn't eat anything, she was falling apart. All she could eat was steak and beef. Come on, that's a win. We don't need to like be mad because, oh, she's trying different foods. That's awesome. All right, I did Dr. Boz's 21-day class last fall. It was great. Might be a good thing for Goran. I bet she'd want to use it for one of the case studies she does. Yeah, seriously, we've contemplated doing that class. We've been having a lot of success with Goran now over the past year, now that we've figured out what the heck is going on. But yeah, that would be very, very interesting. Blue Diamond Bill, been carnivore for 2.5 years and healed several ailments, including eczema, except I still have problems with my scalp. I've tried different shampoos, no change. Do you think eggs could be the culprit? Maybe. I mean, the only way to find out is to cut them and then reintroduce them. Some people have reactions to just the whites, so maybe you could still do yolks, but you need to cut it for like 3 or 4 weeks and then reintroduce. I will tell you this. My husband also has some scalp issues, and they still pop up from time to time, even during a 21-day water fast. There's some other things we haven't quite figured out either. I'm wondering, perhaps, is it something related to like a toxin in the house? Since I just got that test and I'm showing a heavy toxin load, or is there mold? Is there something, like there's so many things it could be. So I'm just going to keep pulling at that string, and I'll let you know if we figure anything out for sure. All right, Robin, I know if I do it for longer than 37 days, I may lose more weight, but one day Mom was making bacon and I lost it. I need an outlet besides eating and snacking on cold steak and ground beef. Yeah, I didn't do great with the Lion diet in January. I was able to do it for maybe like 10 days, but I was sick for 2 weeks and I didn't start until January 8th. Lots of excuses. It's hard. It's hard. And let me tell you, I love beef. It's my favorite meat. But it was just a lot. I can do a sardine fast, surprisingly, easier than a Lion diet. Sardines are easy for me, and I don't really like them. I mean, they're fine. I love the Nuri ones. I love the fancy ones. But regular, like these season brand, these are the ones I eat every single day, and I tolerate them. They're fine. I can choke them down. But like, would I choose to eat sardines? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, here's a tip. 1 gram of protein for your ideal weight, at least 1.5 times that of fat. Yes, that can work. That can definitely be a good starting point. Question. My doctor is confused about my thyroid labs. I had done several sardine fasts prior to this appointment. She told me I should cut back on them. Have you noticed sardines affecting your thyroid? I just had thyroid blood work done, and it was superb. I don't have any detectable antibodies anymore. My free T3, which is the active form of your thyroid hormone, is like a 3.8, upper quadrant of the reference range, which is what you want. TSH is suppressed because I'm on medication. Free T4, 1.0, it's always been good, even before meds. And my reverse T3 is the lowest it's ever been, at a 12. So my numbers are excellent. I haven't had any issue with the sardine fasting. Something that can come in with thyroid numbers kind of looking a bit suppressed is if you are, going hard into carnivore or a sardine fast from like a high carb place, your body will make adjustments. But what I think is more important than the numbers is how you feel. What are your symptoms? Do you feel terrible when you're doing a sardine fast? If you do, don't do it. If you don't feel good when you're doing carnivore, don't do it. Find a different way. Like, your body is giving you signals. And if you watch my channel, I love blood work. I love data. I love all of that stuff. But I've learned over the past 3 years that it's not the only part of the story. Case in point, my thyroid blood work is freaking fantastic. It's really, really, really good. It's what I've been striving for the past, I don't know, year and a half. And I'm still tired. There's something else going on. It's not just that. So I don't know. How are you feeling? Do you feel good on sardines? If you do, great. All your numbers are constantly fluctuating and moving. Like your triglycerides are never just whatever that's a point in time. Your blood work is just a point in time measurement. Every single day, everything is going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. So I really, really like going off the symptoms as the number one. Brian, I feel best on a sardine fast with only 2 cans. Yeah, I have been feeling pretty good. I've been able to work out, been doing my strength training. I don't feel weak. My ketones have been popping. I feel pretty good. So yeah, that's that. I'm another bookshelf now. Yes. Felicia, hi Jenny, watching from UK. You look amazing. Your hair is so glossy and healthy. I've ordered your book. Can't wait to dive in. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, my hair is looking real good lately. I just got it dyed, I don't know, like a week ago, but I don't know. Maybe it's the sardines because I'm not doing anything different. I'm using the same shampoo and conditioner and same everything. So maybe that's a sardine thing. Maybe. All right. The soulful question has a question. Hi, Jenny. Day 49 of carnivore. Awesome. Good job. I'm having more joint pain that started in the past couple of weeks. I do a bit of dairy. I don't think that's it. I think I might need a supplement. Thoughts? Okay. So yeah, a few. I would cut the dairy and see what happens. When I eat conventional dairy, my hand joints hurt. And I have a little bit of joint pain that pops up in my left knee. Cut it for 3 weeks, reintroduce one item at a time, see if that's that. I'm not opposed to supplements. I take a ton. So if you want to incorporate a supplement, awesome. You could also try, like if you ate a ton of fruits and vegetables before you went carnivore and you went cold turkey into it, you could be doing some oxalate dumping. That kind of comes in waves, and joint pain can be one of the symptoms of your body clearing out stored oxalates from its tissues. So that could be something. You could do a really fatty, cartilage-rich meat stock. So get like pig's feet or beef feet, pig snouts, ears, and some meat on the bones, and a bunch of filtered water and salt. Cook that for, 3 to 5 hours, and then drink that every single day, a big old mug of it, and see if that helps as well. That can be really, really helpful. Dusty Jenkins, the lemon salty provisions salt on sardines is to die for. I have not tried that one yet. What I have tried is the Wanderlust is amazing on these seasoned sardines, the ones that are just kind of like plain in olive oil. I really love their butter salt, and there's the plain Norwegian flake salt. I've tried the umami and the Chicago style seasonings, but they kind of just blend into the sardine taste. So those are going to be better for other cuts of meat. But I found the Wanderlust is amazing. I will have to get the lemon salty provision salt in my next order, because obviously lemon is awesome with any kind of fish. Okay, Robin, I've been reading the first part of my book. I will end up reading a cookbook, like a chapter book, because sometimes in cookbooks there's sweet little stories. Yeah, I've got some fun stories in there. Got some fun stories. Soulful question. I love your book too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right, Robin, can you be in the carnivore coach area and not be a coach for food and stuff like that? Then do you still have to get nutrition classes? Like, I want to be more maybe positivity and being active. Okay, so for me, the NTP program was something I looked into because I really wanted to have some kind of certification, and not just like a coaching certification. I wanted like a real academic certification in nutrition, because doing this for 3 years, my bachelor's degree is in management and finance. I found a passion for nutrition in 2016 when I found Mark Sisson, and I read all of his books, the primal, books, and kind of went down that rabbit hole, paleo, keto, all that stuff. I love science. I love biology. I love chemistry. I love all that kind of stuff. And just kind of like why it all works. So now that I have my YouTube channel, I have a coaching practice, I have a book. There are just still some people that will not listen to you unless you have some letters after your name. It's just the cold, hard reality of things. But in addition to having some letters after my name, I also I really like learning. And this program is really interesting because their whole shtick is, nutritional therapies for metabolic issues. A lot on lifestyle, circadian rhythms, movement, ancestral wisdom and eating. And also the second half of the year-long course is all on coaching and having your own practice. So this certification is something that Nutrition with Judy Cho. I believe Danny Conway has a similar-ish certification. They also have other certifications, but this is just kind of one. And I did a lot of research before I chose this one. Now, there are tons of coaching practice, coaching certifications out there. Maria Emmerich has one. Dr. Kiltz has one. I think the Primal, Health Coach is one. There's tons. You can do that. And that's a good way that you can really help people and get plugged in. So I think that, that can be it. Karen says, hello all. Hello. Okay. So this is a great question. I had my A1C tested. It was 4.9. My fasting blood glucose was 110. Is this normal? I'm very active with weightlifting and long distance running. Okay. So sometimes you're going to have a mismatch between your A1C and your fasting glucose. The A1C is a measurement of your glucose over the past 3 months, but it's weighted towards the last month. Like that holds more data. So your 4.9, your glucose is very low and on average, right? But on the day you got tested, your fasting blood glucose was 110. Why is that? There could be several reasons why it was elevated. Did you wait 12 to 14 hours before, of not eating before taking the test? Were you stressed out? Did you do a hard workout the day before? Did you drink a bunch of coffee before? Was the weather crappy? Did you have a stressful drive over? Are you scared of needles? There's so many things that can affect your fasting glucose number. And also, I don't like to look at it in a vacuum. So, okay, your A1C was 4.9, your fasting glucose was 110. What was your fasting insulin? What's your trigs, your HDL, your HSCRP, your GGT, your vitamin D? Have you had a DEXA lately? Do you have any visceral fat? How do you feel? You are physically active. You're doing a lot. But I would say that glucose is probably just related to something that's not related to food. Glucose does a lot of stuff that's not related to food. If you're super concerned about it, get a CGM, wear it for 2 weeks, and just see if your A1C actually matches your glucose, because that can happen. That can happen. All right, 2 minutes left, guys. With strict carnivore, I became constipated. To overcome this, I started adding strawberries and blueberries to each meal. Any comments? Keto is fine. A lot of people see a lot of success on keto. I don't think that's a big deal. How long were you on carnivore? Typically, the bowel-related issues tend to clear up after the first month and a half. When I'm eating normal carnivore, I have a regular bowel movement, 1 to 2 every single day. And there's a few things. So like when you're eating strict carnivore, your body is assimilating a lot of what you eat. There's not any fiber left over because you're not consuming plants. So you don't have a lot of fecal volume, number one. So it could be partly that. It could be low hydration levels. If your stools are really hard, it could be that. You can always get things moving with a little bit of like MCT oil. I find a teaspoon of that, since my body's not used to it, since I don't take it, I got something moving real quick. Hot rendered fats can help with that. Some people swear by castor oil packs and things like that. You can also just eat more fat. That helps to kind of get everything flowing. But I would say that's a typical issue in the beginning. But yeah. let's see. I think we have one more question right here. When starting a new thyroid medication, how early is too early to test your levels with everything? Okay, so typically when you start a new thyroid medication, you don't do retest for 4 to 6 weeks. And then you would retest and see what your levels are. So then you can make adjustments. So that's what I would recommend. All right, one more question. Well, let's do two. Question, do you add EVOO or butter to each can of sardines? No. So I drain out the oil and I just eat it with whatever salt and seasoning I'm using. Occasionally, I'll add a little bit of butter. I will, throughout a sardine fast, maybe take a couple bites of butter sometimes if I'm feeling like I need it. But I think that's fine. If you want to add EVOO or butter to your can of sardines, go for it. Go for it for sure. All right, last thing. This is Amber, my great friend from Canada. Hello, Jenny. Had a great success with my 72-hour fast. Decided to extend from 3 to 7 days. Thanks for the support, Amber. That's amazing. Just take my advice so that Frank doesn't, freak out from the smell, and just, drain them in the garbage and then take it outside after you've eaten the can. It works great. All right, guys, we've hit our 6 o'clock. We're going to be doing another live stream next week at the same time, 5 p.m. Central. So I will see you all then. Love you all. This was amazing. This community is fantastic. So I will see you all next week. Thank you so much and have a good night.